Hello everybody, it's Hadge here and we're starting a new Let's Play series. This is going to run alongside the existing Railway Empire and Sim Airport series. But I wanted to start this now because it's a new game. It was released yesterday at the time of recording, that is obviously. And it's a game I'm very excited to get some footage from. I've played it a few times just to get a feel for it and make a start and, you know, sort of like learn the basics, so it's less of a case of learning on the job, which is going to cause people to rip their dicks off in frustration. So I feel like I'm in a position where now I got a decent idea as to what I need to do to actually manage and run and expand a successful dinosaur park. So let's go ahead and start a new game. We'll just create a brand new career for this series.
Hello. May I say welcome? My name is Dr. Ian Malcolm. You may have heard of me. Well, correction, you should have heard of me, especially now that you're here. So before you are the islands that you need to manage, if you can. The 5 deaths. Jeez, if only there had been 5.
I know, right? I think there was a lot more than 5.
Okay, this is as good a place as any to begin. Isla Matanceros. It's relatively stable. Yeah, you can get your feet wet here, and you should, because diving into the deep end of the pool is where the big, angry, hungry things are, and you want to be ready before you try that.
Encouraging words of wisdom, as always, from the ever-cheerful Dr. Malcolm.
I'm Cabot Finch, Public Relations and Crisis Management, and I'm here to help you. You'll start by building a Hammond Creation Lab.
Okay, for the first, let's say,
We've
5
already started on an enclosure for you.
5 to 10
You should
minutes.
just attach it to the side. But watch out for dinosaurs. Just kidding.
There'll be a reduced commentary, just because there'll be a lot of those pop-ups and interruptions which serve as your tutorial for the game, and obviously I don't want to be talking over them. I know some of you may want to hear them, hear what's being said and so forth. So
here to do, which is create dinosaur facilities on the islands we call the 5 deaths. Actually, Las Cinco Muertes, because Spanish is the lingo of choice around here.
I like the construction animation on this.
You'll need to connect it to the pre-existing network of paths and the power grid.
Okay, so we'll just join it up to the main pathway.
Now comes the real test, incubating a dinosaur. You'll start with a Struthiomimus. Select the creation lab and pick a hatchery bay. There's enough genome data for your first viable dinosaur.
Okay, so get to go straight in and get our first dinosaur straight away. So let's go ahead and select the first hatching bay, and Struthiomimus, 65% genome progress, 66% viability, so odds are pretty good that he'll reach maturity and actually
The machinations of the ambitious, undoing extinction, playing with nature's laws. What can possibly go wrong?
Come on, Doctor. You know we've learned so much and invested even more in our Jurassic operations since the last time.
Yes, Mr. Finch, yes, the last time. There's always a last time. And a next.
as I was saying, yeah, there's a good chance this dinosaur will actually reach maturity. Yep, dinosaur ready to release. Go to the creation lab and set this guy free. Go explore your new world, my friend.
Life. It begins. The most precious moment. The result of incalculable actions and reactions, trials and errors, genetic mutations and unknowable combinations, chaos all leading to a living, breathing, thinking being, an entity, distinct and unique. And now you, just manufacture them. So, well done, I guess.
I have to say that detail is amazing. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful little fella. Okay, so we've got our first dinosaur. Not sure how much people would pay.
The Foundation has 3 main areas of interest: security, entertainment, and science. I've already nudged the heads of each division to reach out to you personally. They'll offer opportunities and incentives for you to be part of their team. Choose one of their contracts. It'll help you develop your facility.
Okay, so these are the 3 divisions, as you just mentioned. The Science Division, headed up by Dr. Kajal Dua. The Entertainment Division, which is headed up by Mr. Isaac Clement. And then, last of all, our Security Division, headed up by Mr. George Lambert, who probably wants to weaponize the dinosaurs, because that's what they always seem to want to do in the JP franchise. Which one should we go for first? We'll go for security, see what they want.
This is Lambert, head of security.
Yours, theirs, and mine. Welcome to the islands. So here's our basic conundrum. We want to keep our animals under control while simultaneously encouraging instinctive behaviors, because these animals have potential as combatants. Look, everyone's fear object, myself included, is to have these animals running free and loose in the park. But we can't exploit them globally without taking some chances.
Okay, his choice of language there.
Contracts can be requested from the division heads inside the control room. Complete these to increase your reputation and gain additional revenue to keep expanding your park.
Yeah, his choice of language in his introduction, you know, talking about exploiting the dinosaurs and potential as combatants. Now, I don't know if he means the potential to fight amongst themselves.
Your reputation, your rep, quote unquote. Keep an eye on it, okay? If you have a solid reputation with a division, you're more likely to benefit from them. Financially, I mean. But, like life, it's a balancing act. Each division is vying for your attention, and if they don't get it, they tend to take it personally.
Okay, so we have to balance the three departments as equally as we can to avoid alienating and pissing one of them off.
Well done. And you'll notice absolutely no hint of sarcasm. Unless you listen real closely. So, what I meant to say is that completing that contract has raised your standing. Your reputation, if you will, with the security division. This means they'll be willing to give you more difficult missions.
Okay, so this is the fossil dig site map. The Expedition Center can send dig teams around the world to find new dinosaur fossils.
An expedition center will allow
Select
you
the
to
dig
send
site
dig
to start an
teams
expedition
around the world
there
in search
with an
of new
available
dino
dig team.
fossils. DNA can be extracted from these fossils,
Okay.
which our scientists can then turn into living, breathing dinosaurs. And that's our true lifeblood.
Transmission incoming. Mission 1.
Lambert here. I've got a new assignment that I think is perfect for your skill set. Give it a once over, then let me know if you're interested.
Okay, so we need a test dinosaur for this security appraisal. Acquire 50% of the Edmontosaurus genome and we can proceed. Okay, so we'll acquire 50% genome for the Edmontosaurus, so we'll go ahead and start that. So the Horseshoe Canyon Formation.
As you can imagine, the animals in the various facilities are constantly probing for weaknesses in our security systems. They're smarter and more devious than people give them credit for. But I refuse to underestimate their capabilities. That's why I'm always testing and evaluating our security protocols and barriers. And this is where you come in.
I've got to give this guy Lambert his due. He actually sees these animals as both opportunity and threat.
We'll go ahead and get a second Struthiomimus, I think.
I'm gonna need you to extract enough DNA from fossils to incubate and hatch a dinosaur. This is the first phase of this mission. Carry on.
Let's get a,
Good. Your first expedition team is out. They'll bring back what they find to the fossil center for extraction.
let's get a feeding station for the herbivores. That are going to be calling this paddock their home. I'll go ahead and put a guest
Your job is simple, really.
viewing center
Create
down as well.
dinosaurs, which attract visitors to your facilities.
There we go.
Brings in capital, money, huh? Which means you can do more research to build better facilities and create more dinosaurs. And there you go. A circle of life. Development and resources. Nature and commerce. See? Simple.
Okay, so each building requires power. Power is obtained and distributed via the substations. Obviously, each substation has its own radius that it covers, as highlighted by the coloured circles. So let's go ahead and get a substation in such a position that is going to actually cover our new construction, like that. Obviously, that substation isn't getting much power without it being hooked into the main grid. So now we've supplied the power. We've also got our second Struthiomimus ready to be released. Quite like the water effect when it's raining, the way it like drips off various points, including on the dinosaur. That's pretty cool. I like that. And just like that, the rain has stopped. So you're gonna go introduce yourself to your new roommate. Oh, here he comes. I should say here she comes, of course. All the dinosaurs are female, as we know. Until life finds a way.
Genomes from fossils that have been collected inside your fossil center. That will increase the amount of viable data you have to create dinosaurs.
Okay, so these are the fossils we have. We got a high quality Struthiomimus fossil.
The fossil center lets you extract DNA from fossils and amber in order to create new dinosaur genomes. Exciting!
Okay. So here are the three new ones. These must be the ones that the expedition dig team recovered while they were out in the field. Skin impressions. There's no DNA present, so we'll just sell that. We got a medium quality Edmontosaurus fossil. Actually, our mission is to get the Edmontosaurus genome to above 50%, so if we just queue up all our Edmontosaurus fossils first of all for DNA extraction, hopefully then the three of these combined will be enough to send us over that 50% mark. And then once those three are done, obviously they're the priority, we'll just queue up a couple of others so we can build our genomes up for our other dinosaurs that we have currently available, such as the Struthiomimus, the Triceratops, and the Ceratosaurus. Okay, what's this? The InGen database. Okay, this is a codex. Ah, yes. So 1.6 meters tall, weighed 150 kilos. Struthiomimus was an ornithomomid. Ah, that's awful pronunciation. Sorry. Was an orniwowo dinosaur that lived across North America.
Incubate the animal in a Hammond creation laboratory
Ostrich
before
mimic.
releasing and housing it in an enclosure. You'll also want to make sure we've got an ACU presence on this island.
Does remind me of sort of like, yeah, like an ostrich, an emu, yeah. Okay, so you got some interesting facts and figures about the dinosaurs in this database. That's pretty cool. Of course, it doesn't tell you how to pronounce the words that I struggle with, because, you know, I can't do English because I'm an idiot or something. And while I was rabbiting on there, our security mission was expanded. So, incubate and release at a Hammond Creation Center lab, Creation Lab rather, and Edmontosaurus. Okay, so let's go have a look here. Okay, so these are all the dinosaurs available. Obviously, some are hidden right now, but you can figure out what they are from the image, like the Syntosaurus, Spinosaurus, Pachycephalosaurus, some sort of sauropod. I'm not very good with identifying species of dinosaur. Dilophosaurus. Is that no, what's it called? Chasmosaurus. Ah. So these are the four that we have DNA, or part of their genome unlocked already. I've got the progress for each one, and you can only incubate a dinosaur once you've exceeded 50% of the genome mapping. So obviously we're at 54 for the Edmontosaurus, so we can go ahead and attempt to incubate a Edmontosaurus at this point. Although its low viability means there's a 55% chance of it reaching maturity, so it's almost a coin toss at this stage. So what I'm tempted to do is, if we send the dig team out once again. Is there another Edmontosaurus? Oh, yep. Them. They are found there, but they could also just bring back Trichor, Struthiomimus fossils. So we'll return them to the Horseshoe Canyon formation. The idea here being that they can bring back some more Edmontosaurus fossils. We can extract the DNA, which will increase our genome progress, which will also increase the viability of the dinosaur to reach maturity and survive the incubation process. Because otherwise, I mean, how much does he cost? 170,000. So we could afford to lose 170,000, but I'd rather not if we can avoid it. So I'm just going to go ahead and send them out again. In the meantime, we've got a couple other objectives. So construct an asset containment unit center. Okay. He's found in operations, ACU center. So these are the guys who deal with any how shall we say, any anomalous events that may occur with your containment system. That is to say...
Ah, Dr. Dua. This is our new Director of Operations.
I'm aware, Cabot. I'm Dr. Dua.
Okay, we'll take that.
I run the science division of our operation. Okay, you're going to need to build your reputation in the science division. Not easy with me around, but you'll manage. That means managing our dinosaur population and seeing that they are flourishing.
I'm Claire Deering, and I've been on these islands before. On Isla Nublar, I made some mistakes, and I've tried to set them right. I believe in what we're doing, and I believe in these dinosaurs. At first, I got into this because it was my job. But then I saw what we do here. It's a kind of magic. The value of these animals is so much more than just financial.
I lost my train of thought there. So yeah, we picked up a side quest. It's not the main science branch mission for this island. Periodically, the different departments will approach you with just like I said, a side quest, so to speak, and they want us to reach a profit per minute rating of $25,000. So we accepted that because as we're expanding our park, obviously we're going to help hit that target, which is going to improve our standing with the science division, as well as give us a cash injection for completion as a reward. I also went into the research centre and queued some research, just to complete this objective here, ACU reload speed 1.0. And what we want to do then is actually apply this new upgrade to our ACU guys. So open the building menu, hit the little arrow button rather, and then go ahead and put the unlocked upgrade in place. Okay, so our guys will now reload that little bit faster, which is important when you got a rampaging dinosaur tearing through your park and, you know, killing dudes. So our guys have also returned from the dig site, so let's see what they've brought back. We've got 3 of 8 fossils, so 3 new fossils. Just skin impressions again, so we'll sell that again. High quality. Obviously the quality rating does affect how much of the genome you unlock with this fossil as you extract the DNA. Amber is the best you can hope for. Just like in the movies, it's obviously just the mosquito with the dino blood inside it, fossilized in amber, so the quality of your DNA that you can extract from this is going to be higher than it would be from just a bone fossil, for example. So I'm glad we got that one. That'll give us quite a large jump on our genome progress, so we'll extract him as well. You see the progress here, so this one's going to add another 4%, 5%. There we go. From what I've noticed, I think it scales inversely as you get higher and higher towards 100%. Like initially, a very high quality one, an amber fossil, might give you, say, 20% unlock. But as you get closer and closer, that diminishes, your returns diminish. But I'd expect to get around about 10 perhaps from this one. Maybe just under 10, so it's at 6% at the moment. We'll see how much we do get. We've got 10 seconds to go. I'm sure I can waffle on for 10 seconds about saying, you know, while saying absolutely nothing at all. Just as I've managed to do. And we got 9%, okay. So now the viability of our Edmontosaurus has increased. So it's we've got, you know, it's improved the odds of the dinosaur actually hitting maturity, at which point it can be released into the paddock. I'm going to go ahead and get another Struthiomimus as well. They're only 30,000 and they incubate pretty quickly because they're only a small dinosaur. Okay, so while they're doing that, I actually want to go and get some more Edmontosaurus DNA. The higher the viability and the higher the genome progress you get, the more tinkering, shall we say, that you're able to perform on the dinosaur's genetic sequence. Because as you, I'll show you how that works once one of these dinosaurs is incubated and reaches maturity, and we release them. There we go, that's a Struthi ready. Here we go, so now it's 3 Struthiomimus at our park. And as we're saying, when you go to incubate a dinosaur, if you go here, you can actually modify his genome and just tinker with his genetic sequence to give him different traits. So if we applied this gene to our dinosaur, his skin pattern and colour would change, but it does reduce his viability, but it improves his rating. Likewise, you can alter their lifespan, so he'll live a little bit longer, but again, his viability decreases. So basically, what you want to get is a high baseline for your viability, so then even after you've modified the dinosaur's DNA, it's still leaving you a very good chance that the dinosaur's actually going to reach maturity, and you don't waste your money. Okay, so we can release our Edmontosaurus now, which will satisfy George Lambert and his objective. Guests are complaining about the lack of eating places. Okay, we'll sort that out after Our newest arrival has made her way out. I like the way she took a few tentative steps and sniffed the air.
This next bit is gonna sound a little crazy because frankly, it is. But we are gonna encourage one of the dinosaurs to breach our containment grid. We'll then react and see if our procedures and personnel are up to the challenge.
Yes. So at this point,
Oh.
I'd like to take back everything I just said about this guy.
Okay, so he's not very happy. We'll deal with the fossils after
I guess it's
dealing
true
with this fella.
You never quit. We need more people like you.
So you've got dinosaurs your guests want to get up close and personal with? The thing is, they can't. Construct facilities to increase visibility and keep visitors the right side of the safety glass.
So can we see what's agitating our dinosaur? Let's open the dinosaur statistics. Well, everything's in the blue. Oh, the fence is nearly gone. So I'm going to hit the T key. That opens your ACU center. I'm actually going to launch our guys, because they'll need to go ahead and tranquilize this monster before it causes any further damage. Where are you?
Eyes on the asset.
Oops.
Miss confirmed. Contact made.
Oh.
Uh-oh. That looks expensive.
Where's he
You should
gone?
get that fixed, and soon. A ranger team
Oh, there he is,
equipped
right
for
below
that.
us.
Okay, we have our runner. Time to tag him and bag him. We're using less
Okay,
than
2
lethal,
hits
but
was
remember,
enough.
that dinosaur doesn't know this is just supposed to be a drill. So watch your back.
While I understand the need to keep our security as sharp as possible, this is not the way I would go about doing it.
You have a problem with how we keep you safe, Doctor. I'm happy to discuss it at a later time. Right now, we have our hands full.
So we need a
You'll need to call in the offshore transport team to safely move this dinosaur back to its enclosure.
ranger station and quickly, because they're the guys who actually conduct
Looks like you're
repairs.
out of power. That's not good. Build more power stations or increase your output.
Okay, so it's all happening now. So can we squeeze a station in next to this one? Nope. Okay. I'm going to put him back there, set him away a little bit. So all systems go at the minute. Dinosaurs breaking the fences. I don't think the Struths have escaped. No, they're all accounted for. We have 3 and there they are. We also need to transport our sedated Edmontosaurus back into his enclosure.
To collect the asset.
Our ranger team is ready, so if we hit the R key, that's the hotkey for the ranger station. We'll grab the team and we'll perform the repairs ourselves. So that way we get to actually drive around the park. Storms can damage structures in the park. If they're severely damaged, it will stop functioning. Blah blah blah. Okay. Basically telling us that, you know, your buildings can become degraded and damaged either through weather or, you know, dinosaurs, if you've seen with our fence. So you just have to send a team out and get close enough. You get the option to repair fence. Go ahead and left click.
Reports confirming storm has passed.
And there we go. So if you then just right click, that releases control of the range team, and after a couple of seconds they'll the AI will kick in and they'll just head back to whatever they were doing.
I I've received an offer that will definitely help the science division, and can help you as well.
Yeah, that's a decent one to take. Now, during all this excitement, we had a complaint about guests feeling hungry. So can we just level that train out? It is quite steep. Perhaps if we put it there. So it's already connected to the path, and it's just inside this substation's range of influence, so we're covered there as well, so we didn't have to put a new substation down or anything. Okay, obtain a high quality fossil. I'm going to go ahead and get some more Edmontosaurus DNA. Hopefully we'll get a high quality one. Okay, so that's the security missions completed.
And that's the job finished. True and square. Look, the thing is, we're still learning where our boundaries are when it comes to keeping these animals under control. God knows they're working out ways to exploit our weaknesses. Guess we'll find out who gets to the limits of our abilities first. Us or them. Ever vigilant.
And that's always been the challenge of the Jurassic industrial complex. Exploitation versus security. The immense potential for profit and for violence.
Okay, so that's the security mission for Isla Matanceros completed. So now we want to turn our attention to either the security division or the entertainment division. Not sure which I'm going to go ahead and go for. I suppose it doesn't really matter because I'm going to complete all three before we move on to the next island anyway, so the order doesn't really matter. What's the notification for here? Ah, Storm Defense Station available, okay. Provides protection against weather damage to nearby buildings. Perhaps we'll get that, because we had a little storm there. Didn't cause any damage, but then again, I've never really had a severe storm on this first island, so I'm not sure whether the storm station is required, or desperately required, shall we say. But anyway, I think that's a good place to end this first episode. We managed to get the security missions out of the way for our first island. We've got a handful of dinosaurs. We've got the 3 Struthiomimus and our 1 Edmontosaurus, who didn't like it in his enclosure, so he decided to take matters into his own hands and just, you know, go for a stroll. Don't think he caused any casualties. You can check if you go to the miscellaneous option in the tabs here. No. He's breached the fence, but he didn't kill anybody. Okay, that's good to know. So yes, we'll end this episode here. That's whoops. This is part 1 of X. Hope you've enjoyed it, folks. And we'll pick it up in part 2. Feel free to leave any comments you have, or leave a like on the video. And if you are enjoying it and want to see more, go ahead and subscribe.
Exactly what I needed. Well done.
For future content.
No matter what anyone else says, science is what makes or breaks us. Admittedly, sometimes both. But on Isla Matanceros, you are making us and yourself look good. And that's worth a reward.
Okay. I'll end this episode once all this is completed, actually.
I've got an interesting opportunity for you to consider. It will allow us to work together to create life. Pure life. If you've been listening to Dr. Malcolm, then you know how important this is to us. And to me.
Okay, yes, I didn't want to end the episode and cut somebody off mid-sentence, so we'll accept this mission. It's to acquire 50% of the genome for the Triceratops. And then now we'll end the episode and we'll get started on this mission.
I knew you were my kind of person.
Let her finish again.
Driven. And I knew you couldn't resist this opportunity. So let's get started.
Thank you. I'll see you all in
Together,
Jesus.
we can create a more authentic version of our dinosaurs. That means a complete genome. And I think you are up to the challenge. Don't disappoint.
If you'd like to shut up, I could get on with it. Anyway, episode 1 done. I'll see you in episode 2. I'm speeding this up because I don't want her to interrupt me once again.